Okay, so a quick disclaimer before the video starts. Um, I'm aware I forgot to record a grand final video last year. It definitely was not on purpose. There was a lot of things planned. I planned a big intro, a big post-game thing. It didn't end up happening. I know I could have done this literally any month between now and the start of the season. But I mean, here's the final scores. I lost. You can see it's pretty much because of Jack Billings, and you won't see him on screen, but Jack Billings and Michael Walters lost me the grand final. Yeah, just get that out of the way. I'm pretty sure I'll bring it up in the video, but yeah. Anyway, on to the video. Yo, what's up, everyone? We're back. New season. New shorter season, I should say. This episode's coming out a little bit late, mainly because today's the Thursday that round 1 begins. No one had a super clear idea as to if round 1 was going on, so I thought I'll wait on the video because say it gets delayed until April. I'm not going to make the video in March now, am I? Because I'm going to change the team at least 110 times before the season starts then, aren't I? So anyway, what's up everyone? Big Tasty back, new season of now KFC Supercoach. I'll get into my gripes on this year's Supercoach just in a minute. As you can see, the team's kind of up. This is the basic structure I'm going with for the start of this year, and pre-warning, this could be a long episode, so if you're running short on time, feel free to skip through. Anyway, go through all the positions and kind of why I have them. First of all, this is going to be my thing all year, okay? We need more Supercoach, more AFL statistical websites. Right now, there's Fan Footy, which is like the best site for it, or at least for live scores. And the only other website that is available is FootyWire. And that's about it. There's a site for centre bounce attendances, which I was also going to bring up. But I thought for the Marsh games, I mean, it's not that important. But anyway, we need more websites. We need more statistics on everything, okay? Yeah, I'll be saying that every week. And as for Supercoach, this year, it sucks. Everything from it being KFC to I can't fit the whole team on the screen properly unless I zoom out. Draft not working until like 3 weeks after it started. Them saying that Classic would be open at midnight. It didn't open till like 4 in the morning. I'm not a fan this year. And there's one big thing that I was really not a fan of. And if you're around me when Classic opened up, it's one of the first things I scrolled to. I was not a fan. It was a pretty long rant. Anyway, let's go through the positions. We'll start with the rucks. You got to start Brodie Grundy and Max Gawn. I don't want to hear anything about Tim English. I don't want to hear anything about Naismith. No. Last night there was the Clowns show on, what was it, Fox Footy about Supercoach. One of them started Sam Jacobs and Sam Naismith. Is it Sam Naismith? Yeah, I feel like it is. That's not just being a clown. That's been the entire circus. Come on. Yeah, you got to start these two. I've got him as my loop, but I mean that could change. I've got 17k remaining. I can bring in the North Melbourne guy. I forgot his name though. Then even if this guy Mahoney doesn't start, swap him down to a 102k Melbourne mid, and I'll just do it through the midfield. Because I know that all of these players so far will 100% be playing. As for their scores, that I don't know. Anyway, that's the rucks. You must have Brody Grundy and Max Gorn. Don't be stupid. Don't even try to be that. Don't do it. Anyway, defenders. Sicily. Alright. So we're already into the controversial part. Sicily. Oh, yeah, I'd give it a controversial tag, but not a high controversial. Anyway, Sicily. Last year did not have the greatest season of all time, especially towards the end. Can I see career stats? Where are we? 2019, he averaged 93.8, which is down from the year before, where he was easily like a top 3 defender. He did drop. It was a big drop as well. I think it's actually a bit easier if I was to bring it up on FootyWire. Where would it go? Players. S. Sicily. Probably just saw him. No. SM. SI. There we are, James. Alright, so games. Should have got this up beforehand, not gonna lie, but it will do. As the Mayans used to say, it is what it is. And I haven't got Supercoach scores. Interesting. Well, anyway. He didn't have a great year. At the end of the year, he kind of got like this... They moved him forward. I don't know what happened there, but then in the final rounds, it did sort of drop back. Came down to what you'd expect. See, I want it because I want to see his Supercoach scores. I have to go here. My, see, this is why I want more websites. This is the reason. Let's go and borrow. Oh, I don't like this. Sort by price. Come on. Where's he? Can't be that low. It's not even sorted by price. Whatever. Okay. Sicily, he's in because he's only 509k, and the highest I could get up to was Caleb Daniel. I don't like Caleb Daniel. I think that he was a one-season wonder type of guy. I could get up to him. There's another reason why. Anyway, I had Crisp here before, but I thought he's the model of inconsistency. He could easily, very, very easily be a top 6 defender. Like, it's super easy. He gets a lot of touches. He does them a lot of kick-ins. Kick-ins is pretty much the main way defenders get points. I mean, look, total points. He beat Dan Houston. He beat Salem. Yep, he beat Vlosten. He lost by 50 to Sicily. But he beat Luke Ryan. Luke Ryan missed a lot of games, of course. Beat Nick Newman. But then he's not beating the guys up here, is he? Oh, and he just lost by, like, what is it, 12 points to Hearn. He's a very easy, could be top 6. But Sicily, I feel like after watching the Marsh games, he's going to be playing that Supercoach role. I think that's literally the note here. Yeah, playing that Supercoach friendly role. Well, I'm not using Supercoach notes because these are some of the most questionable notes I've ever seen. But anyway, Sicily, I think, again, yeah, Supercoach is a game of guessing, and most of it is luck. So let's hope, you know. But even then, say he burns me, I've got 17k, I could easily go to Laird or Rich. Rich is good. He does, I want to say, like, it's got to be like 80% of Brisbane's kick-ins. Or I could even bring in Crisp, who knows. Dan Houston, I think he's a pod that, oh no, he's not a pod, 27%. A lot of people think he's going to have a good year because of the mid time that he's meant to be getting. Plus, Port said they want to win the grand final, which, I mean, doesn't every team want to do that? Even if you're Gold Coast Suns and you know you're finishing last, don't you want to win the grand final. Yeah, so I think he 27%, so I can't say he's in all the teams, but I feel like he's in a large amount of teams. Doherty must have, I mean, yeah, comes off injury, gets a discount, can easily average 100. Ash, okay, this is interesting already. The main issue so far I've been having, I've made this team about 12 times in just the last couple of days. I don't know if you're playing, you should be playing, I don't know if you're playing, don't know if you're playing, no idea, no idea. Yes, 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 no idea, no idea. And here, yes, yes, hopefully and hopefully. No one knows for certain what rookies are playing yet, even though it's game day. So he was not mentioned in the Tom Green gonna be playing extension press conference type of thing. He wasn't mentioned, didn't get an extension, didn't get named or like hinted at. So hopefully he plays. He did have an alright Marsh series. I don't like calling it the Marsh series, I might just call it preseason. He did have an alright preseason. I believe he had one good score out of the 2 games, and one of the games he hardly played. I feel like that's him. Zerk Thatcher should play. I mean, he really should play, like capital should. Starcevic, again, really should, but who knows. What is the note on him? I don't think I've read it. If he gets a game, it could be worth it. Isn't that every rookie? If they get a game, they're worth it. Anyway, I currently have Worrell here, but that's kind of just placeholder. And Gold, I think should play, but I mean, Sydney aren't the greatest when it comes to helping out Supercoach players. That is. Midfield. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 promos, 1, 2, 3 rookies, and then bench is hopefully plays. Everyone's going to have that. Now, McRae, I think is must have. What is his ownership? We've got mids. 27, so it's the same as Dan Houston apparently. Neil has higher, okay. But I think that's Neil as secondary. So I could swap Cripps for Neil. But I've gone a little bit cheaper on the midfield than probably most people will. I think there are some people that have gone even cheaper again. There is one name that's kind of synonymous with Supercoach for being a really good player who's not in the team. He's on the screen. He's right there. Patrick Dangerfield. This is the thing that I think is going to come back to bite me, not having him. But can't afford him. It is what it is. He's going to be in the team. Of course, he's going to be in the team. But, yeah, just not at the start. Hopefully, maybe he stinks it up the first, what is it, 2 rounds now, because 2 round price change thing. Alright, and it's time. I'm getting to it. Tom Mitchell, what? 630k for a guy that didn't play a single minute last year. No, he did not enter the field of play last season. And he did not get a price drop. ... Loading. What's going on? He really should have got a price drop. I think he should have been 570k, which would put him in this range, and he would have easily been in. Did that say 58% of Woodfield? He would have been 60% of teams. This is disgusting. It is cheap. It is Supercoach making the game not easy, even though I understand they're giving away like 50k or something like that. They don't want it to be easy, but you're literally breaking your own rules. So if they can do that, what's to say? Oh, this week scores don't count because we had an employee playing. He doesn't want to lose. he should have got a huge price drop, and I'm very mad that he didn't. Anyway, Cripps. I've got Cripps. I mean, he's going to get his touches. He's going to stay efficient. He's going to play. Well, he played 22 games, so I was going to say all, but he's going to play every game that he can play. He's a solid pick. Oliver. Oliver I have, and I originally had Yo. I went Yo to Oliver. I just think Oliver's going to have a little bit better of a year, depending on Max Gawn's health. If Gawn plays, I mean, it's literally how football works. If you get the ball, you can do stuff, you know. And how do you get the ball? You win a rock tip. You know, that's one way to get the ball. So I think Max Gawn will help Oliver, because Max Gawn wins all the ruck contests. He wins them. Oliver gets the ball because he's the only midfielder that Melbourne have that actually goes for the ball. The only issue is he can have low games. He can get tagged a bit, and he can just, you know, not try certain games. That's why I was thinking of Yo. Yo has a bit better of a motor. I mean, I'm a West Coast fan. I'm gonna say something like that, aren't I? Anyway, yeah, I don't know. I could really just flip a coin here. You could either go for the 5% pod, which has jumped up. It went from 1% to 3% to now 5%. So people are looking at him. So I think it's because he scored, I want to say 115 in the preseason. Yeah. Again, it's coin flip. Whoever you take, I don't think that will burn me, taking Oliver. But this next one might. You never know. Maybe he was a one-season wonder. It's Travis Boak. The Zorko is right there. So I could just go to Zorko. I don't know why I won't. I don't know. I think it's just because Boak could be good. It could be better than Zorko. Zorko could, I don't know, lose some touches to Neil, and McCluggage he's pretty much a star on the come up. So come on, don't burn me, Boak. And then Canelio's the final premo mid I've got at under. Well, I'm gonna pull the ESPN thing, under 550k. He's, yeah, you gotta have him. Who's in that price range? 550. Presti's good, but Canelio's better. Walters is not even close. Dusty's a forward. Brad Crouch, no. Not to replace Canelio. Dom Sheed, I did that last year, not doing it again. Yeah, that's about it. So, Canelio's must have. Now, rookies I'm not going to spend too much time on because, again, who knows if they play. Actually, on that note, I know this is late into the video to say this. I'm probably going to do a mini stream in that hour before the game starts and the lineups have been released for Saturday or Friday and Saturday games. I'm just, you know, going over rookies I'm adding in. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it because I don't know, you know, might not be bothered, who knows. Yeah, that could be in the card, so if it's not on YouTube, it'll be on Twitch. On Twitch, it's at Big Tasty Streaming, because, I don't know, some loser want to take the name just Big Tasty on Twitch. Anyway, Roll is definitely playing, he's 100% playing. If he doesn't play, he's injured. He's got to be injured if he's not playing. Tom Green, they've said he's playing. Pickett has the green tick, so he is playing. Brown got name dropped from Collywood, so he's playing. Mahoney, don't know. Buderick is 106k, so I really hope he plays. He didn't have a great second preseason game, but none of the Gold Coast rookies did. they all only got like less than 50% time on ground. So can't expect big scores when you're not playing. Rucks already went over. Forwards, these two locks, don't even, like, who else are you gonna pick? Oh, I'm gonna go Walters and Gary Ablett in his like 200th season. Don't do it. Just start Whitfield and Martin. I, admittingly, am not the biggest Dustin Martin fan, but you gotta start him. Just do it. Now, forward number 3 is Mr. Segler. Now, this is a high risk, high reward thing. I've been burnt before by a Hawthorn player. Thinking back to last year, he wears number 10, and that's all I'll be referring to him as, number 10 from Hawthorn. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. Depending on how much ruck time he gets, this could be a miniature version of Rowan Marshall from last year. Because Marshall was playing ruck, but then would also go up forward, kick a goal or two. So Segler can do that, and Segler can kick. It's not like he's a shit kick. He's alright. Devin Smith, no Herbal means more mid-time equals more disposals equals more points. Simple as that. 335k, I think I read a stat. If he averages over 90 for the first... Remember, this was before the rule change came out, so I think it was for the first 4-5 games. He's going to go up to 420k, something like that. Because of his price plus Supercoach algorithm and, you know, a little bit of BS chucked in there as well. So he's must have. I reckon these 3 you got to have in your starting forward line. The only way I could see you not having Devin Smith is if you went for like a 5 forward setup, which you'd probably take Andrew Brayshaw. Took Brayshaw and Jack Stephen, who, I mean, it just got announced that he won't be playing this week. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think you do need to have Devin Smith no matter what. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything. I know there was kind of like a last week type of thing. A lot of people have hopped onto the... See if I can find him. There we are, Jack Lukosius. A lot of people jumped onto that bandwagon. To be honest, I don't see it. Averaged 50 last year, got a good amount of game time. I just don't think he's it. Sure, if you're gonna use the excuse of playing's better than not playing, I think if under that logic you could go down a bit. I saw him before. Giles Langdon from GWS, I think he's just better. Anyway, Sam Sturt is playing. He was name dropped. Kavara, like that just came out like 5 minutes before I recorded this. Kavara was named. Jared Brander, I don't watch much preseason. I don't think anyone really does. But he looked alright in the little bits I was watching, so he should get named. And West Coast, you know how a team's social media kind of talks about a certain player, and oh, what a coincidence, they're also named that week. I feel like that's happening with Brander a little bit. And Max King, this is a spot, it's either Darcy Cameron or Max King here. I think Darcy Cameron's not going to get named, so that's why I've gone Max King. Yeah, this bench is kind of awkward. You can't set up emergencies yet. Or is that because I'm on this screen? Hold on. Do a quick type. I want to. Here we are. Emergencies. gonna leave defense. He's definitely playing. Just leave it. And of these two, I reckon Brand is playing. I do think Buderick should get a game. I hope I'm saying the name correct as well. It only looks like there's one way to say it. You know, AFL's one of those weird sports. But yeah, that's pretty much the team makeup. As for players I want to trade in, actually, you know what I should go over? What are the changes? Because I haven't seen many videos uploaded in the last, like, not 24 hours, like last 18 hours when the rules have changed. Matchups start round 1. Since it's a shorter AFL season, only 17 weeks, Supercoach is going to be shorter as well. It's going to be 13 head-to-head matches, then 4 finals, which is normal. But here's the thing. AFL matches are going to have shorter quarters. Instead of 20-minute quarters, or whatever, they're going to only be 16 minutes, which means a 4-minute drop across 4 quarters. What's it? 16 minutes? Oh, you lose 20 minutes of game time. Yeah, once you add in extra time, or the added 2 minutes onto this quarter, 3 minutes here, right? You lose 20 minutes of game time. Now, the argument of there's a set amount of points given out per game was explained to me, but what if they... I think it would only be logical for them to change that, because the algorithm would change. If there's less game time, why would you give out the same amount of points for a longer game? But yeah, Supercoach is keeping everyone in the dark about it, so can't talk about that. But head-to-head start round 1, so I can't see my opponent yet, so I don't know who's unique or whatever. But as you see, this is the league for this year. I don't know who that is. The Cheetah Man from last year, if you remember. If you saw the start of the video, I'm sure I put it in. I made it to the grand final last year, and what happened with that video was I was meant to do a big thing. I wanted to do a big intro, which involved me going out and doing a couple of things. I needed a proper camera for it. I just didn't end up doing it. And because I didn't do that, then I didn't have any motivation to actually do the video. I know, I should have done it, but you know, you saw the picture, whatever. Steven, if you want to see his team, you can go check out Steve R. I think that's just the channel name now. It used to have Steve R800, but now I think it's just Steve R. Feel free to go check him out. Probably does it a bit better than me. Got Owen's second team. Yeah, I don't know. We tried to make this a kind of competitive league. Don't know how competitive it's going to be. But as it is right now, the league spots are shut. I was going to do a YouTube league, but I forgot. I've been kind of lazy. I was meant to be streaming these last couple of weeks, but you know, with coronavirus out, you'd think I'd be doing more since I'm at home, but I haven't been. Anyway, I'm not letting this video drag out to an hour, because that's a pain in the ass to edit. Anyway, this is the team. Good luck everyone with Supercoach on this weird season. It's already been tagged the Corona season. So, 17 rounds. Oh yeah, 17 rounds of the AFL season. 13 head-to-head matches. Let's see how this goes. Tasty out.